Hello and welcome to Smithy Stampers Video Hop, and we are on the month of August and we are doing 3D. Now everybody knows I do 3D anyway, so this is right up my street. However, when you're told you're allowed to do 3D, your mind goes blank. So what I actually brainstormed with was my glasses case. So it opens up like so. However, I'm going to have my front opening and this flap is actually going to come over the top. It's not going to be able to fold flat like this one does, but it is still a really nice box. You can have it as a table decoration or anything like that, or just to put a couple of chocolates in or anything really. So this is what I came up with. This is my template, so I can put that to one side. I then did it, and this is my prototype. It does have magnets in it like the other one, so when you open this up, this is what you get. However, I'm going to change these to be on the bottom like so, and I think I'm actually going to put a finger hole in this top bit as well. So let me just grab my hole punch that I thought I had got out but I haven't, and we will get started. I'm going in with the wonderful thoughts and you're wonderful, you're loved, and you matter. That's going straight across the top. When we've done this one, it's going to go across there. So we can pop those out the way, pop that out the way. And the first thing we need is a piece of 7 5/8 by 11 5/8. And we need some, that's going to be out of just normal cardstock. This one is 11 3/4 by 4 5/8. So on this one, what we're going to do is on the 4 5/8 side, we're actually going to score. We're just going to move it across. So we've got a little bit of a gap here because it's right on in the middle of the 2 1/4 and the 2 3/8. So if we just move it across slightly, we're going to score it at 2 3/8. If you do want the proper measurements of the 16th inches, it will be there, which is 2 5/16. Okay, then we're going to turn it onto its side and we are going to score at 2 1/8 and 9 5/8, like so. We're then going to bring our paper in, and on this side, so this is the paper is facing this way, we're going to just do a mark at 3 1/2. I'm going to bring it down and I'm going to bring my pen to this bottom bit and I'm just going to mark at 3 1/2 there, and you can put a pencil line in as well. So that can go out the way for the moment. So we are back and I've just brought you in closer just so we can score this and can see where I'm doing it. So on the 11 3/4 side, you are going to score at 2 3/8, 4 3/4, 7 1/8, 9 1/2. Oh, my finger made me do that. And 10 5/8. So there. Like so. We can move that out the way. You will need to bring in your patterned piece again, and a ruler and your scoring tool. And where we have made the notches, we are going to do some of these. One there. That's not the right way around. And one there. That's just coming down to this score line that's going across. We're going to switch and we're going to do it exactly the same on the other side. like so. So I'm going to bring this in, and this is how we're going to cut it, because these sides are going to actually go underneath, and then that will bring these sides in at the bottom, and you don't have a join because this is going to be glued to the base. So that is the way that we've got it with our score lines here, which match up to these. So we're just going to fold and burnish, and then we can get in with some trimming away. Make sure that is in where it should be. That's better. And that side. And then we're not going to go in with burnishing these yet, because we're going to do some cutting away. And I'm just going to see, I don't think you can see either side really. So what we are going to do is we are just going to cut away, including the score lines. We're just going to cut away these squares. And on this side. Like so, and then we can actually go in and fold and burnish these sections here. I always use a little bit of liquid glue just so I get a bit of wiggle room on this. Okay. So with the glue, we're actually going to put it on the inside, and that is going to join to the outside. So when we turn it round, all of our paper's up the right way, and we have our nice, I think that's just, this way is just more aesthetically pleasing with it coming that way, instead of sort of like that being the top. That's the top. Okay, so we're going to go in with just a little bit of liquid glue. You really don't need much of this at all, and that's going to bring that up, bring that into that corner, and bring that down. We're going to do exactly the same on this side. So just on this triangle bit here, bring that in, match that up, and bring that down. And that's what you have. So that can get out of the way. We now have the wrap. I'm just going to see if I can get that bit, that scored one, out. We can always cover that with some DSP after. And I'm going to zoom out again so you can see all of this. So all we're doing is folding and burnishing. Like so. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to have these two folded over, and that is coming over. And now when I fold that, that is clear of that line, which is what I wanted. But we're going to go in with some magnets, and because we're going to close that down and close that down, the magnets can actually be hidden within there. So I'm going to do the top first. This is where I do use double-sided tape or tear and tape, and I'm going to go in. I'm going to go in on this top because I want this to be really well adhered down. You can go in with some Velcro dots after, but please make sure you do still fold this bit over because it'll just strengthen it slightly. I'm going to go in with my magnets that are very strong. Can't actually get them away. We'll put those there. So how many have I got here? I've got 2 there. I'm going to take this middle bit away because this is where I want them to be, and I'm just going to using, that's it. Is that going to stick, yes or no? I can just get that one to where I want it to be, very gently. I don't want that sticking there yet, but about there is absolutely fine. I'm then going to come in with my double-sided tape again, and I'm going to I'm not doing very well today, am I? I'm just going to go over the top that side, making sure that's down again, 1 full strip, making sure they are down. Then I can take this off and fold it over, and they're all encased in there. Okay, so then what we're going to do, this is the tricky bit, because we want them to be on the inside of here. So we're going to fold this out. So now we've got the magnets in under there, we're going to grab our other 2 magnets, we're going to put them on top. They're so strong. 1 on there and 1 on there. We're going to grab a little bit of our tearing tape, and that is going to go on top of each of those. We're going to take this off, and we're going to bring this up, but this one is coming out. This one is going to go over, and it's going to go together like that. Okay, so make sure that one is there and that one is there. So when you actually bring them apart, you've got your things on there, but you're going to put some tape there, a tape across your magnets, 1 up this end, and then you can just pop a little bit on the side. You can put more on if you want to. I know I don't need to. And all I'm going to do is make sure that's really stuck down around them magnets and on there. And we can bring that up, and then we can actually fold that in. So we're folding it in on the same side that we're doing that. So when it actually goes together and the outside does go over, it actually clicks into place. It's not as hard, that bit is not as hard as it seems, I promise you. So the next thing we're going to do is wherever I've put it, we're going to pop our box in. We're not gluing this bit down, but we are gluing the bottom and the back. So that's what it will end up looking like. So that bit will go up and that bit will go in there. I'm going to do a hole punch in the middle of this one. So I'm just going to eyeball it the best I can and pop. Bring that back over, and I'm going to use some liquid glue for my wiggle room. So I'm putting it on the bits that we've got our tabs on there. And then I'm just going to centre that as best I can within them score lines. And I think I've got about 1/16 of an inch either side. So that is that, and make sure that goes up nicely. We can then, you don't have to glue the back if you want to, you can just have it open. However, I am, if I can get some more glue out, I'm just going to run some glue across the bottom and across that top bit and bring that up, and I can flip it over, make sure it's in, hold that back for you, make sure it's in on them, and you can see that I haven't gone over that line either. So that's the front of your little box, and that can clip into place. Now I have decided that I do want a bit of the pattern paper just on this bit here. So I'm going to go over and I'm going to grab it if I can. And it is this pack here. And I'm going to go in with the same one. There's a bit of it. That's the same one that I used for the actual box. And this, the length of it measures 7 5/8. So I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut a strip first of all at, so I'm just doing this top bit, that's all. Pull that down, make sure that's hooked on the end. So I'm going to do a strip that's 1 1/8. I'm going to go in with 1 inch. So just using my trimmer, and the best result is on this end here. So 1 inch we're going to cut off, and I said 7 5/8, so there is 7 5/8. I'm going to take it back to 7 and, did I say 7 5 or 7 3? 7 5. So I'm going to take it back to 7 1/2. And I'm hoping that that will be the one that can fit across the top. And I'm just going to adhere that onto there. You can do this bit before if you want to, but as I've got my little, that'll do my head in, so I need to do it for myself. So that was 1 inch by 7 1/2. I can close that up now, and that actually looks really quite nice with just that on the top. Do I go in? I was going to go in with a strip over that as well. So I'm going to, that was just a bit that was cut off. So that is like 1/4 inch. And I'm actually going to cut that down now to 7. So that's the other side of the paper that you have. So obviously when you open it up, you get to see the nice outside, and then you get to see the inside. I'm going to have that with some liquid glue, just a tiny bit. And I'm going to, with it being a triangle, I'm going to open it up again and make sure I've got a flatter surface to be able to be working with. That's what I want. And then I'm going to come in with my little sentiment that's going to go over the top, and all you're going to see is the outsides of those. So I went in with this punch for that, and I'm going to use some of our dimensionals. Sorry, everybody just seems to be cutting the garden now. If you can hear a lot of noise, that's what it is. Okay, so I'm going to pop that on there going through that. And then I have some metallic adhesive backed dots. I'm going to go in with these ones that are a little bit pinky, and I'm going to go one there and one there. So that is the inside of our box. You pop that up, you pop that up, and there you go. It would be really nice as a small one, just as a table setting. I might do a smaller one for, you know, later on in the year. But that is what I came up with, and the inspiration was my glasses case. So thanks ever so much everybody for watching, and I shall see you for the next one. Make sure you visit all the other ones that are in the hop, and I shall see you again soon. Bye bye for now.